What's up, guys? I'm Leon Slick Wilson, and today I want to talk about my go bag, emergency prepared kit, bug out bag, get home bag, inch bag, all the different bags that everybody talks about. As an infantryman, this type of behavior is normal for us because we believe it's better to have and not need than need and not have. So we learn a lot in the military. We have to be ready to go in an hour's notice, 24/7. So what I do is I keep my equipment in my car. I do have stuff at the house, but I do try to keep things in the car. So I'll let you see what I do with my car. So in my back seat, I got my actual go bag, rucksack go bag, and I'll show you guys what's in that. I keep a hat in there as well. In my front seat, I keep my bat that I carried when I was overseas. I had it made, and I was part of the snatch and grab squad. We just called ourselves Snatch Squad, so that's what I keep. I have some old 100-mile-an-hour tape around the handle. I also keep a charger, solar charger, and when I'm at work I just put this thing on the hood. It's 30,000 milliamp hours, and I just keep it on the dash there, and if I'm parked in the sun it charges by itself. But I've charged my phone, actually my wife charged her phone with it one time, and this thing, there's a power button there. As you can tell, it's still got 3 lights, so it stays pretty squared away. So in the back, I keep my B-bag. This is my IFAK cold steel Spetsnaz shovel. All right, so I'm gonna load all this up on the golf cart and then get to a position where it's gonna be a little quieter out of the threat of traffic, and then show you guys what's inside. All right, so I do have my tomahawk on here. It's a Reaper, and I've thrown this thing. It probably could be sharpened a little better, but it is it's a good little tomahawk. And this dump pouch here, I've got some SOS emergency food ration. I haven't unwrapped it or anything, but I've kept that in there. I have a first aid kit. It says it's a survival kit as well, but my wife actually got me this. Comes in a waterproof bag, and stow's relatively simple. I'm actually probably going to keep this in my B-bag because I've already got my IFAK, and I'll get to that here in a second. I have a Biofang radio. It's on the same channel as fire department and everything, so I'll be able to gather intel for when things. I don't have anything else in this webbing pouch. And this other webbing pouch is something that I've never seen anybody talk about. On this keychain right here are the keys for pretty much all heavy equipment that is used in the continental United States. I'll just go ahead and do this one. In this pocket, I have my old Army lensatic compass. You don't lose those skills. You keep those skills fresh and use what you know how to use. I got a Silcock key. I'm keeping it in the plastic. I don't want it to rust or anything like that, but a Silcock key, if you know anything about those, they're invaluable if you're trying to gather water. Got some paracord. We call it 550 cord. I've got tons of that all around here. And a Sawyer Mini for water filtration. In my other side pouch, heavy duty trash liner, can liner. You can use that for a number of things. I've got a rechargeable, it's Everlight or Everbright headlamp. It shines green, red. If you've been a grunt or something at night that you want to be discreet, you're using noise and light discipline, red lights are invaluable. It's also got a floodlight and some flashing, and it's rechargeable. I've got a it's a fixed on lamp. It's rechargeable. In my front pocket here, I've got my gloves. These are those thin mechanics gloves. They're just to protect me from scrapes. I have a little paracord survival kit, 12 survivors. I like funding small business and stuff. Plus there's some things in there that could be used in a pinch. Ferrocerium rod. Got a little multi-knife and a magnesium fire starter that my daughter gave me. It's got a nick on it, but she gave it to me. A little headlamp for the brim of your hat. In this front pouch, this is going to go straight on my side if the situation warrants it. But I keep my fixed blades where I can get to them. And that's a Smith & Wesson 10-toe tip. It's got like a Kraton rubberized grip handle and a lanyard holster, or a lanyard hole. Locks into this plastic piece. You can see I got some Bic lighters, my multi-tool, a small wrench. I keep some bits because I keep a multi-use screwdriver in here. Some dryer lint that'll catch a fire in no time. We've got some extra trauma shears. It's just a multi-tool screwdriver. It ratchets. It goes in there. In my medium pouch, I got my frog togs. Just a gray color frog togs for rain gear stuff. My poncho, dry bag, and in my dry bag got some wool socks and some camo gear. And this just happens to be real tree. I've also got, it's just a El Cheapo Amazon special saw. I've got a Frog and Company tack bivvy. That's mylar lined so you can stay warm. In the main pouch, got some Gorilla Tape. I try not to use what's in my bag. I've got a reel, some stakes, a collapsible fishing rod, and that's what my reel goes on. Just collapses. I've got my poncho liner. If you've ever served in the military, you know how valuable those things are. I've got a bunch of different bait and lures, and then hooks. So fishing kit, tackle kit. And I also keep a road atlas and, my front pouch. In my front pouch, I keep my Shimog and my earpiece for my Baofeng radio. Because if I'm having to exercise noise and light discipline, then I don't want people to hear my radio chatter. This is a rugged Amazon special that expands to hold like 65 liters. So the difference between this bag and this bag is for really in the field sustained living. with this bag and this bag, if I were to get to, let's call it point B, instead of lugging this bag around, I would actually streamline this bag. It zips down to be able to carry smaller, plus it's subdued. So in the woods, I would actually use this as kind of like my assault pack or something like that to operate out of. And one of the reasons is because it has a camelback hole, and I could keep my hydration with me. So with this bag, on the outside here, I keep just some small gloves, kind of like mechanics gloves. This right here is some alcohol-free foaming hand sanitizer. My radio can fit right in this pouch, and then I can run my earpiece up and to my ear and be just fine. In this front pouch right here, I got my Surefire. This thing's pretty bright. Got a lanyard made out of 550 cord, gutted 550 cord. Got the charger in there with it. Got an old school knife, just a, nice knife, 2 ferro rods, some pins, some more chargers, a nice long Bic lighter. I like those. Some zip ties and some cotton balls with Vaseline. If you don't know that trick, then soak your cotton balls in some Vaseline and you can start a fire no problem. I'm going to tape these down for noise and light discipline. Alright, so in here I got my knife sharpener, cigar cutter, a Bic lighter, batteries for my Surefire. I see a lot of people pack stuff that takes batteries and they don't pack extra batteries. You're setting yourself up for failure. Pack the batteries that you're going to need for whatever you're packing with you. I got a couple of I got a monkey fist in here, 550 cord monkey fist, and a 550 cord bracelet. Butane lighter for my cigars. If I'm in an area where I don't have to exercise a lot of noise, light discipline, smoke discipline, things like that, and I can make a fire. If you can make a fire, you can smoke a cigar. Don't be weird. I got I don't know what this is called. It's like a toggle, self-toggling bungee cord, and an actual bungee cord. A plethora of uses. I got some medical tape that needs to go in my medical kit. I got a frog spear gig, so got my sawyer bladder. In my next pouch, I've got the other bits. I've got the bits I absolutely need in this pack with that multi-tool screwdriver. In this, I have the bits I might not necessarily need, and a couple of these universal pieces. So I kept those in the pack so I wouldn't lose them. Got another dry bag, because you never know. I've got this little, it's kind of like a Pelican case that my rechargeable flashlight came in, and I actually like it so much I keep my cords that go with the rechargeable flashlight and headset and all that in this. So here I've got some nitrile gloves, because you never know, and I like to make sure that if I need to keep my hands sanitary from someone else's blood, that I can do that. This is a hammock that comes with a mosquito net, rain fly, all that stuff. It's kind of like an all-in-one. Summertime, I'm probably going to carry this and this, and like I said, I'm going to have my first aid kit in here, since I will carry my IFAK with me. I've got some camo net. If you're in an area, like for instance, if I have to drive my car off the road, this is going to help me conceal my car until I can get back to my car. And that works in conjunction with my tarp. I've got a hardcore tarp that it's a heavy duty canvas that I can throw over the back of my car, throw that camel net over that, and you won't even know that a black car is right there pulled off the road. I've got a couple of these Duraflame, and I keep this plastic bag, but I'm going to saw this down and make small fire starter chunks. Now, a lot of people peddle some fire starter and things like that, small briquettes and things, and I mean, they're great, they're awesome, but I can buy one of these for what I think $7, $8, something like that. It's less than $10, and then I can saw it down into 1/2-inch slices, basically like bread, and just slice this thing down, and I've got a ton of fire starting material right there. I got a bottle of Flex Seal, and 1,000 uses for that. If you see it, pick it up, because it's useful in a lot of different ways. And if you picked up some flat OD spray paint, which I'm probably going to get, whatever you spray with this stuff right here, you hit it with that OD spray paint, flat spray paint, you're squared away like a Rubik's Cube. Nobody's going to see you, Jack. All right, I also got some Scotchgard water shield. This, a lot of the real newer stuff is waterproof days, weeks, months, years. But a lot of your other materials are not. They lose that value over time. So the smart thing to do is to go ahead and hit it with this stuff every once in a while. It doesn't take a whole lot. Put a nice good coat on it, and you're good to go for a while. I got a spool of 550 cord in here. Not a full spool, but I use a lot of it. This right here is a crank flashlight / radio. It's got the flashlight side, it's got a floodlight. You can crank it right here. It's got the radio, and I'm not going to stress this enough. If there's something going on and people are going crazy, tune this, turn your communication radio on, turn your other radio on in your vehicle on, flip through channels until you can find some news, find somebody talking about what's going on, current events. A lot of times, if they're reporting live, they're actually going to give you the most honest information that you're going to get. All the lies typically come out after that or are in a mix, but you're going to get a lot of information. Typically, if you got 3 people giving you 3 different stories, they're going to share some type of truth between the 3 of them. So you can get the most general, truthful knowledge from that. I've got a Arkansas stone with some small gauge wire that I can use for a ton of different things, repair, what have you. I keep a roll of Gorilla Tape. I've used some of this on this gear. I got a medium-sized dry bag. So my I don't know if my tarp or whatever, it came in this little bag, and you can see through it, but it's like cheesecloth, and it's got white on it. I can turn this bad boy inside out, you won't see that white, and I can use that to strain water or something like that. I smelled it because I wanted to see if it was treated with some type of chemical. I can use that to strain some larger sediment and stuff out of water. Alright, so the Spetsnaz shovel. I'm a big fan of the old school E-tool, and it's like you can find them on Amazon and what have you, but kind of what I was looking for in this case was something that was just a one piece that I could strap on the side of this bag, probably wrap this handle with some OD 100-mile-an-hour tape or something, or my Gorilla Tape, but it's sharp and it holds an edge, and it's a hardcore handle, man. I mean, they've got videos of guys throwing these and sticking them in trees and everything, kind of like a tomahawk. And I'm gonna put it to the test, see what it can do, and I might post a review about it. So a buddy of mine who is a firefighter hooked me up with this IFAK. Comes on a leg rig, hook it to your belt. I've got a nice battle belt. So this IFAK has tourniquet in it, some hemostatic bandages, some quick clot, some boo-boo stuff, and then trauma shears in and of itself with this. There's no need to go into it. It's you know, basically what could help me. So if you carry a firearm, carry a tourniquet. Carry 2 tourniquets, because 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you carry a firearm, or if someone in your family carries firearms, you should have 2 tourniquets per person in that household. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think it's just a safe and responsible thing to do. So do that, because it's the right thing to do. So I know this video kind of went a little long. I'm not ashamed of that. It's probably only going to be watched by my friends anyways. So to you guys, I say I love you. To anyone else who watches this, I love you. God loves you. And remember Romans 3:23. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. None of us are perfect. If we were, then we would have been taken up to heaven like Enoch and Elijah. But we weren't. And, you know, Jesus himself ascended to heaven. So the only perfect people that ever walked this planet ascended to heaven. Everyone else dies, or we go up in the rapture. I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that if you're watching this, it was meant to be. So if it was meant to be, please like it, subscribe, share it, whatever you got to do. Emulate it, get you some stuff. If you have some suggestions or things that I can improve upon, then by all means, drop those comments, because that's important. We're all in this thing together. We only die and come into this world by ourselves. God bless you guys.